Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 5.
There has been another heroin bust in Grand Forks involving this man. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us. At this time, experts say there doesn't appear to be much change in the war on opioids in the valley. Let's take another look at that mugshot. Grand Forks police say 37-year-old Demario Miles will be charged with possession of a controlled substance with intent to deliver. Police searched his home and found what's believed to be heroin, packaged and ready for sale. And as Valley News Team's Neil Carlson shows us, police say the number of overdoses and other problems linked to opioids just seems to continue.
People continue to overdose and get locked up for possession of heroin and other opioids. It seems to be a problem that just won't go away.
Continues to be a problem in town and in the region, frankly. So this year, we've had approximately 23 heroin-related overdoses just in Grand Forks that have been reported to or responded to by the police. So that's probably a fraction of the real number, but that's what the Grand Forks Police Department has seen.
The state of North Dakota hasn't updated its numbers since January, but you can see a major climb in the number of people receiving treatment at addiction centers over the past 3 years, around 2,400 just last year. Grand Forks Police held a couple dozen community forums this year to give parents and others some guidance on all this.
The resources that are available out there, and then they also touch on that Good Samaritan law.
Okay, all right. So the problem just won't go away.
Yeah, at this point, it's something we're still continuing to battle.
Unfortunately, the state now says that 15% of all North Dakota high school students report taking prescription drugs without a doctor's prescription. In Grand Forks, Neil Carlson, Valley News Live.
If you'd like more information on all this or how to get help, we have a couple of links for you. Just go to valleynewslive.com and click on this story. Hutch says there's nothing to talk about today, but we're going to toss it over to him anyway and put him on the spot. Hutch, at least he's quiet.
Andrea, the weather remains quiet. Andrea, the weather remains quiet. I sound like a broken record? Well, I don't mind it. It's been nice talking about this stretch of November weather that's well above average, and today was a little cooler, but still quite nice. We remain in the upper 40s and low 50s across most of the region, and your hour-by-hour forecast for Fargo tonight shows temperatures will slowly slide through the 40s with a gradual decrease in wind speeds. All in all, a beautiful evening here and up north as well, with temperatures slipping into the low 40s. It promises to be a pretty chilly overnight tonight. We'll see some frost and freezing temperatures, but by and large, just gorgeous conditions are expected to continue as we close out the work week. We'll have details on that here in just a few minutes, and we'll talk about a chance for some more winter-like weather, maybe even some snow, maybe some heavy snow in the forecast. So we'll talk about all those things in a few minutes.
It's nice to be quiet. You know, there's
you like
quiet.
It when I keep things short and sweet weather, I know.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Uh-huh.
The Fargo Police Department released 2 surveillance pictures in hopes someone will recognize the people in them. Deputy Chief Joe Anderson says the 2 are suspected of breaking into a vehicle and stealing credit cards. If you know who these people are, you're asked to contact the Fargo Police Investigations Division at 241-1405. You can also submit a tip by calling 241-5777 or text a tip to 730-8888. Those numbers for you attached to this story on our website. Fargo police are still trying to gather more information that can help them determine if 2 incidents involving guns are related or not. They were called about an armed robbery in the 1400 block of Oak Manor Avenue in South Fargo around 7:30 last night. A woman says she was confronted by 2 black men. One had a gun. She told police they stole money from her purse and ran off. Just before that call, police got a report about a man with a gun in the 2600 block of 14th Street South in Fargo, just a few blocks away. So far, no one has been arrested in either case. A message of unity from our nation's leaders. President-elect Donald Trump visited Washington today. Our D.C. Bureau Chief Jacqueline Policastro takes us behind the scenes at the White House.
The world is watching this transition of power as President-elect Donald Trump prepares to lead the nation.
President-elect Donald Trump inside the Oval Office, calling his meeting with President Obama a great honor.
We discussed a lot of different situations, some wonderful and some difficulties.
This was the first meeting between Trump and Obama. It lasted nearly an hour and a half.
I very much look forward to dealing with the president in the future, including counsel.
Obama said his #1 priority in the next few months will be a smooth transition of power, saying he wants to do everything he can to help Trump succeed.
I believe that it is important for all of us, regardless of party and regardless of political preferences, to now come together, work together to deal with the many challenges that we face.
While the animosity between Trump and Obama appears resolved, outside the White House, protesters chanted.
The question now, will Trump govern the same way he campaigned, or will we continue to see this new side of our next president? Reporting at the White House, I'm Jacqueline Policastro.
Not everyone is over the shock of Tuesday's election. Thousands of anti-Trump demonstrators marched around the country last night, voicing outrage over the election of Donald Trump. This is video from last night in St. Paul. In fact, things turned ugly in a few cities, including Richmond, Virginia, where vandals damaged the Jefferson Monument. Someone spray-painted anti-Trump messages on it and vulgar language on another monument. With protests and riots breaking out nationwide, many are preparing for a Republican president and Congress to make sweeping changes. That includes the refugee resettlement program. Trump and members of Congress have said they would stop it or, at the very least, slow it down. Lutheran Social Services, the organization running the program in North Dakota, says they're expecting some changes, but right now they're just waiting to see what's going to happen.
Refugee resettlement is a federally funded program, so it is work that the federal government does through organizations like ours. So if the United States decides to, withdraw from participating in refugee resettlement, then there won't be resettlement work that happens in the United States.
We'll have much more on this story on Valley News Live at 6 o'clock. Whether it was the presidential race, picking the next governor, or some of the widely debated ballot measures, North Dakotans made their presence known on November 8th. The North Dakota Secretary of State's office says a new record was set when it comes to the number of people who voted, but it appears that's simply due to the rising population in the state. North Dakota has 570,955 eligible voters, and 348,886 ballots were cast on Tuesday, breaking the previous record set in the 2012 general election.
It's a hairbrush that's supposed to reduce frizz and simply straighten your hair. It's an as seen on TV product that's supposed to be easy to use and affordable. We find out if the Simply Straight really works tonight on Valley News Live, 10 at 10.
If you have tried Simply Straight or another as seen on TV product, we'd love to hear about it on our Facebook page. Just like Valley News Live on Facebook. That's also where you can follow the latest news, weather, and breaking news updates anytime on your feed. Hundreds of potatoes were baked to help raise money for a local charity. RDO Equipment held its 17th Cater's Taters, this year benefiting the YWCA. On an average night, 67 women and children spend the night, but the organization is more than a shelter. YWCA has supportive services like their education employment program to help create a better future.
We're all about the empowerment, and so when women are with us, they set their own goals. We don't tell them what they need to do because everybody's journey is different. And so we empower them to set their own goals and then pursue those goals to whatever they want their life to look like.
Over the years, RDO has helped raise $450,000 for local charities. Tonight, people in Fargo are coming together to raise awareness of pancreatic cancer. It's the 4th annual Pancreatic Cancer Vigil and Walk. Here's a live look at the event kicking off right now at First Lutheran Church in Fargo with a silent auction. Things are just getting underway. The walk will start here and go all the way down to the Hodo and then back. There are purple lights lighting the way downtown to show support for the event. All proceeds will go to the Roger Maris Cancer Center. The holiday cups are back at Starbucks, and there's a way to get one free. Find out how a little later in the show.
A lot of sunshine and blue skies as temperatures cooled a pinch today across the valley. We'll cool off to close off the work week as well. Details in your hour-by-hour forecast are coming up right after this.